Let's talk about behavioural theories for life coaches. Behavioural psychology, also known as behaviorism, is a theory of learning based on the idea that all behaviours are acquired through conditioning. Advocated by famous psychologists such as John Watson and Skinner, behavioural theories dominated psychology during the early half of the 20th century. Today, behavioural techniques are still widely used in therapeutic settings to help clients learn new skills and behaviours. Give me a dozen healthy infants, well-formed, and my own specific world to bring them up in, and I'll guarantee to take any one of them at random and train them to become any type of specialist I might select. Doctor, lawyer, artist, merchant, chief, and yes, even beggar man and thief. Regardless of his talents, perchance, tendencies and abilities, vocations and race of his ancestors. This is a typical statement a behaviourist would say. Conditioning occurs through interaction with the environment. According to behaviorism, behaviour can be studied in a systematic and observable manner with no consideration of internal mental states. There are two major types of conditioning. The first, classical conditioning, is a technique used in behavioural training in which a naturally occurring stimulus is paired with a response. Next, a previously neutral stimulus is paired with the naturally occurring stimulus. Eventually, the previously neutral stimulus becomes associated and evokes a response without the presence of the naturally occurring stimulus. The two elements are then known as conditioned stimulus and the conditioned response. In the second, operant conditioning, sometimes referred as instrumental conditioning, is a method of learning that occurs through rewards and punishments for behaviour. Through operant conditioning, an association is made between the behaviour and the consequence for that behaviour. Criticism of behaviourism. Many critics argue that behaviourism is a one-dimensional approach to behaviour, and that behavioural theories do not account for free will and internal influences such as moods, thoughts and feelings. Behaviourism does not account for the other types of learning, especially learning that occurs without the use of reinforcements or punishments. People and animals are able to adapt their behaviour when new information is introduced, even if a previous behaviour pattern has been established through reinforcement. The strengths of behaviourism. Behaviorism is based on observable behaviours, so it's easily to quantify and collect data and information when conducting research. Effective therapeutic techniques such as intensive behavioural intervention, token economies and discrete trial training are all rooted in behaviorism. These approaches are often very useful in changing maladaptive or harmful behaviours in both children and adults.